everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a lovely evening. So I thought I'd do another react to Asweetmadness, Marissa, also known as Willow Shirley. So what's this video going to be about? Well, there's just so many different directions I could go with Willow Shirley. So many begging streams that they have done. But I wanted to focus primarily on one that Shirley did, where she was essentially, no, they were essentially begging for money to take a trip to see their biological mother. Now, here's the interesting part to that story. I want to learn more about Willow Shirley, about who they are. Just going down different rabbit holes, because Willow Shirley is not primarily on YouTube. They do a lot of their stuff on TikTok, and there's also some stuff on Reddit, which is all the way spread out. It's just hard trying to gather all the facts together. But here are some of the notes that I've taken on Willow Shirley, some of the things that I found out about them. So Willow Shirley, Asweetmadness, apparently they stole $3,000 from her mom's credit card. But Willow Shirley never went to jail for that. Asweetmadness also talks to her mom like trash, who owns the house that Willow Shirley is currently in right now. And because Willow Shirley's mom owns the house, they pay no rent for the house, which is kind of interesting because I just did the react where Asweetmadness was crying and upset due to the fact that the roommates were moving out. And there was talk that there was more than one roommate, that there were 6 roommates total, and they had not stayed. If you are someone living in a house and there is no rent for you, wouldn't that also mean no rent for the roommates? So why do you need roommates? Unless perhaps you're looking for some extra bonus money that truly you are not entitled to because it's not your house. Let's see. I also found out something interesting. Willow Shirley, Asweetmadness, because she doesn't have much mobility, and they have to have an aide. I guess where Willow lives, the way that is handled, DHF, is that what it's called? Instead of DHF paying the aide per hour or for their work, what DHF does is they give the money to the person, the patient, and they're trusting the patient to pay the aide. So I guess the rate of pay in Oklahoma to pay someone to help Willow, it's $15 an hour. But Willow does not pay their aide $15 an hour. They pay them $10. Just so Willow can pocket $5 of that money. Pretty awful, considering the fact that Willow is obviously not an easy person to take care of. Willow, they have no car payment. They don't pay insurance. They get food stamps. They go to the food bank. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. If you need help, you need food, that's what it's there for. They get SSI. Despite the fact that Willow has a lot of help with her bills, not paying rent, they get constant cutoff notices for their bills, or at least that's what they say. I mean, Willow strikes me as being a bit of a liar, who would say to their audience, I'm getting a cutoff notice just to get people to donate, when in fact there is no danger for anything being cut off. Willow also has a shopping addiction. Yeah. So those are some of the little notes that I've learned. I went on Reddit and looked at different things. And I'm also going to be reading the comments from the video that I'm going to be reacting to regarding this trip, because there's a lot of information in the comments, a lot of like I just jumped down the Sweet Madness rabbit hole and I'm still learning. I mean, I normally react to Chantal and I could take an exam on Chantal and pass with flying colors. I know too much about her. But the Sweet Madness rabbit hole, I'm a newbie, I'm a novice, I'm still learning, so I guess we'll all learn together. But before we get deep down the rabbit hole with Marissa, with a Sweet Madness, let's go to Twitter. There are some few things I'd like to show you on Twitter first. That way we all stay caught up with the Twitter stuff. I don't want to get too far behind. There's not much to show, so it won't take long. Okay, I'm just making sure I am where I need to be, because sometimes I don't share the screen. You guys are like, we don't see anything, Rose. I'm sorry, I'm working like with one browser. I really should have two, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's get into the Twitter stuff. That's right. It's time for all the chirping from the Big Bad Bird app. And I'm getting the Wi-Fi signal on my recording already. Cut that out, Wi-Fi. What do I pay you for? Okay, so let's start here. Courtesy of OBCD. The names you guys come up with on Twitter, my goodness. So this person says, which face shape is your favorite? I'm torn between pear and ghost face. I reposted this for a reason, because this is a clear illustration of how much she plays around with her doggone filters. Like, look at these pictures. Who is this and who is this? The person on the left does not look like the person on the right. Clearly, there is a difference between the person on the left and the person on the right. The person on the left, their face is much more round. The person on the person on the left is much more round. The person on the right, much more, like contoured. Play around with your filters too much, Foodie. And look, here's another one. Who is this person? I honestly think this looks like the real Chantal. Like, she didn't turn on the contour filter, but she still got on the skin smoothing filter and the filter for her eyes. So she is using some of the filters, but do I think that is her actual face shape? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's closer to the truth, because when you gain weight usually symmetrically. Like, if you gain weight or you lose weight, one of the first places you'll notice it is in your face. So if Chantal's telling us, I've lost weight, we would know without her telling us. We would see it in her face. But I don't see any weight loss in her face at all. And here we go again with the pointy chin that does not exist. And this is her real chin. This was back when she was with Natter. And she's not lost weight since then, and she's not exercised. So how would we go from her being with Natter and having a more rounded face to this right here? It's not possible. Nature does not work like that. Okay, nature is amazing. The cat protects chickens from a potential threat. So this cat, I guess, is best friends with the chicks, and is making sure that, I don't know if it's a raven or a hawk, cannot turn the chick. Oh, Cowboy Dog says, someone said she looks like a gigantic beauty blender, and that's all I can see. Who said that? That's awful. But they're not wrong. I mean, when you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. And I can see why they would say that. I can really see that. Okay, hey, this is from Why You Should Have a Cat, saying you are now a cat owner. Yeah, it's just that quick. It's just that quick, y'all. You go from not having a cat to having a cat own you. It's just that fast. You're minding your business, and all of a sudden, here comes this little fur ball walking across the street at you. I mean, how can you say no to that baby? It's impossible. If that happens to you, just give in, surrender. There's no fighting it. There's no need to resist. Resistance is futile, as they say in Star Trek with the Borg. Just give in, take the baby home, give it some food, give it some water, give it some love, give it a cat box, give it a nice warm bed. It's a done deal. There's no fighting it. I'm telling you. It just doesn't work. Nature is amazing. This little guy always brings dried seeds to trade for some nuts. Smart squirrel is like, hey, I heard you're a gardener. Let me bring you some seeds. If I bring you a seed for your garden, you give me something to eat. So it's a trade. They're doing the bartering system. I totally get that. I dig it. Fondue Pondu says, shout out Bad Seed on YouTube for capturing the 4 strands of baby hair. Danny DeVito and Hulk Hogan confirmed. So that's interesting, Chantal. You went to Kuwait to be with Salah, and you say that modesty is very important to you, but here you are showing off your hair, which is a big no-no. But I'm glad that you did, because you did tell us that your hair was nice and thick and long. I always knew, though, you were lying, because you and I have the same hair type. Y'all can see my hair. I'm not going to front. I got baby fine thin hair. She's got the same, only worse. Ain't no way she can have thick, wavy, like hair shampoo ad type of hair. No way. No way. Ooh, from Violet. Look at this chocolate cake. What kind of chocolate cake is this? I'm stupid. I'm not looking at the top of the cake. It's a chocolate raspberry cake. Where do I find this cake? I must have a slice right away. It's important. That looks so delicious. Oh, mouth watering. It's gorgeous cake. Tweets of cats saying they behave better than most humans. Now, this is something that surprised me, because I've flew years and years ago with my cat, Snowball, and I was told, because I just had one cat, and they told me that I had to put her carrier underneath my seat and I could not move it. But yet this person's on a flight and they are allowing them to put the cats on their lap and open the carrier. That's really interesting. What airline is this that they are allowing it? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but usually airlines get kind of twitchy about people touching their pets and in contact with their pets during a flight. But that's precious that those cats are like, we're chilling. We don't care. That's awesome. Okay, the Delbo dog. And the picture says, I am a pit bull mix. The only thing I've ever attacked was cancer and I won. Aw. Well, I'm glad you attacked cancer and you won. Look at that face. Cute face. That's so precious. Congratulations. Okay, what else we got here? Oh, I think we're done. I think we're all caught up with the Twitter stuff. All right, so let's get out of here. And let's go on to the video from Marissa, Asweetmadness. Okay. And before we get into the video itself, like I said, I cruised the comment section of this video because I want to learn more. I really want to learn more. So I checked out the comments because sometimes you can learn things that way. Here are some of the comments. M Dog says, I can't believe anyone feels compelled to help this woman. Nor can I. She's not a nice person. She's actually quite rude and demanding. I don't know why anybody would want to stick around, but you know, it is what it is. Now, this is a great comment, full of information. This person, always nodding, says something to consider. She knew who her birth mother was 3 years ago. She knew her birth mother's health was bad 3 years ago. She tried to get an airline to donate a ticket to Atlanta 3 years ago. So in 3 years, she never spoke on the phone to this woman. But when the woman was on her deathbed, she just had to go visit. And when that didn't work, she begged again when the lady passed away. Don't get me wrong, I would have wanted to be there too, but she had 3 years to, I guess it got cut off. So the video you're about to watch, it has to do with Willow. They are trying to raise money to go see their biological mother. I guess there are two mothers in the picture. There's the biological mother, and then there's the, I believe it's a stepmother. I'm still looking around on Reddit or YouTube. I'm trying to find all the pieces of the puzzle. But like I said, they're spread out because she's on TikTok. And there's been no like real complete background videos made on Marissa that I could reference to learn more in a quicker amount of time. So like this video is all about her wanting to, like they wanting to set up a GoFundMe to go see their biological mother. Carrie Walker says, spoiler alert, she flew and didn't take the dogs. Also, didn't stay a week. So what was the purpose of going there then? What was the purpose of taking the trip if you're not going to stay a week? Was the purpose of the trip for them to just try to vacuum up as much money as possible from people and using the lack of health from a relative as a way to get the money? It kind of feels like that. Like, it sounds like you're trying to do a GoFundMe to get money out of people and disguise the scamming using somebody else's lack of health. Okay, what else we got here? Okay, this person is Smith says, I didn't see this one when you posted it, but it sure did grab my attention to go down the rabbit hole. And OMG, is it a rabbit hole? I checked out her link tree. I have never in my 1.5 years seen anyone with wish lists like she does. She made one for every occasion, even made a wedding registry one, saying she wasn't getting married, but it was the only way to group the things she wanted. And I was beyond shocked to see people actually bought things for her off it. I also checked out her pinned video, and you were not kidding. Her replies to comments are so mean and nasty. It's about her health conditions. So it's no surprise to me that a scammer like her would get so nasty if people had questions. Wow, just wow. So I love the comments. I'm learning stuff about Willow. So not only does she have one wish list, she's got several for every occasion that she passes out, like they pass out to people. So let's review what I've learned so far about this woman. She's mean, she's nasty, she's rude. She's getting all kinds of assistance. I keep saying she. I am so sorry. Doggone it. Forgive me. They are getting all kinds of assistance. They are living in a house rent free that their mother has paid for. So they don't have to worry about rent. They have TikTok. They are making money on TikTok with tarot readings, with different business things they have going on. They get food stamps. They don't have to pay for insurance. They get SSI. Just they are getting all kinds of help to the point where there really should be no need to beg as hard as they do, and yet they do. And if Willow Shirley did a GoFundMe to visit their mom, the last time I checked, when you put up a GoFundMe, it's for emergency reasons. I totally understand if there's a relative and they are not well, and perhaps you want to see them before something happens, if they are close to death. But if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. And especially with the amount that Willow, like the amount that they were asking from people to get there. It was insane. Insane. Zero Regrets says she doesn't look like she'd be able to provide much care for the animals. Wonder who does. She doesn't look like she can hardly move. This is new to me. I have so many questions. Well, Zero Regrets. I have heard that Willow, like they do have an aide that comes in to help them. Willow does not live by themselves. They have people to come in and help them. Although from the sounds of it, whoever the aide might be at the time, they don't get paid very much. $10 an hour to put up with all the filth and care for 8, 9 animals at a time. And Willow, that's not nearly enough. That's a ripoff. Let's see what else we got here. You are worst nightmare says did she really just say that she has to buy 2 tickets because of her weight? I've never heard anything like that before in my life. Well, I will give credit to Willow. Whereas those of us that we know Foodie Beauty, Foodie, she will not do what she needs to do when she travels and buy the 2 tickets. Whereas someone like Willow Shirley will come right out and say, I need to buy 2 tickets. I believe that they are being responsible with acknowledging their weight and making sure that they have enough seat room for themselves and also being safe for other people. But yeah, like if you get to be big enough, you need 2 seats. Let's see. Albert says, if you can't take care of yourself, get rid of the animals and only worry about yourself. I have said that too. Willow, I feel, doesn't have to get rid of all of their animals. Most of them, though, would be a good idea. And that way there's not as much pressure to come up with all the cat litter and the cat food every month. I mean, either you can provide for your animals or you can't. And if every single month there's some new chaos going on, if every month is the same thing, the cat litter, the cat food is a problem, it's time to find the pets good homes. Just keep what you can take care of that are not an issue. Do I think that Willow has enough money to take care of their animals and take care of their bills? Absolutely. I feel what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen, is we're dealing with somebody, we're watching somebody that they have the means to take care of themselves. It's just that they do not want to spend their own means to take care of themselves. They expect other people to come along and spend their hard-earned money on their bills rather than Willow reaching into their own pocket and paying that bill. They want someone else to do it. You know, Willow's being, in my opinion, very greedy. They want to keep their money in their pocket. And to do so, they turn to other people and say, I'm nearly broken. I need money. Send whatever you can. Willow has enough. She just doesn't want to spend it on the bills. They don't want to. They would rather hold on to that money and buy takeout or cappuccinos or boxes on Amazon, you know, fun stuff. You know, saving the money for the fun stuff versus taking care of the responsibilities. Okay, so let's get into the video. Just wanted to show that to you guys. Yeah, look. Look at all the videos I have stockpiled. Yeah, we got plenty of milk from this cow. And there's other cows on this list as well. I got a lot of homework to do. Anywho, let's do this doggone thing. I'm ready.
Talked with my sister and my niece both on the phone and on Messenger. Yeah,
and I'm turning the volume down because Willow, they are quite loud. They are quite loud. Like Willow has a very loud voice. And my poor ears just can't take it. So I'm turning the volume down.
That's what I'm thinking too. And that's, I mean, even that's still a generous estimate, Amy.
And this video is courtesy of the channel WNDYS, and I will leave a link for this video in the video description.
No, not when you have 2 dogs to take into account. Two dogs in a wheelchair. Yes, I have a Cash App. It's this.
Okay, so people are, of course, asking normal questions in the chat. So somebody just asking the question, do you for sure need to go? Now, I just read the comments to all of you. So according to this person in the comments for this video, Willow knew about their parent being sick for 3 years, but made no attempt to go and see them within that 3 years, nor did they FaceTime. And I understand if you've got a biological parent or a parent, you've not seen them in a while, and you find out that they're ill and you feel like your time is short to connect with them, to make amends, to say your last goodbyes. I totally get that. But like they are not a caring person. They cares about connection. So what is the big deal about seeing this biological mother? I feel it had nothing to do with being a blood relation or connection. I feel the feeling that I got from her is she was doing it strictly as they wanted to do a GoFundMe. They wanted to see how much money they could raise off the GoFundMe. They were probably hoping for quite a lot, more than expected. And I don't I don't think they got it.
$ This Sweet Madness.
Maybe they just wanted to take a free paid for trip, and this gave them the perfect excuse to do so.
I had cats and dogs. I have 2 dogs and then the cats. The hotel is anywhere from $600 to $700. The van rental will be, I honestly think this is excessive, but knowing my luck, it's probably not enough. $600 because I have to rent a wheelchair accessible van.
You know, even if you have a relative, and let's just say they're close to their time, I think anybody looking at this situation, if somebody said, hey, I want to come see you, but I don't have much mobility. I'm in a mobility scooter. I've got multiple pets, plus I've got money issues. Anybody looking at that would go, we understand. We understand you can't make it. It's okay. Like don't put yourself out that far if you just can't do it. If financially you can't do it, if you've got responsibilities that you just can't get other people to cover, we get it. Like she's got limited mobility, limited money. She's got multiple pets. You know, she's trying to figure. I keep saying she. I am so sorry. Just my brain automatically defaults. They have multiple pets, and it sounds like a lot of hardship. Like they are setting themselves up for a lot of hardship. A really difficult situation. Like it doesn't have to happen.
And then gas to there and back would be about $400. And that's not that.
I apologize for anybody watching this react. I respect the fact that Willow Shirley identifies as non-binary, that they prefer the terms they, them. I'm 53 years old, and I grew up in a time where there were just 2 pronouns, he and she, and they, them was basically used plural for more than one person. So I'm trying to get adjusted and be respectful, but I'm gonna slip here and there, and it's not out of disrespect.
That doesn't matter right now, Odeo. I'm hoping to stay a week. Yes, correct. And that doesn't take into account gas while I have to drive around Atlanta. No, I don't. I can't stay with them. Number one, their houses are not accessible for my wheelchair. Number two, I have 2 dogs. No, it is not cheaper to fly. I'm going to find my center.
That's hilarious. Willow, they are being rude to people. Very rude. Like they are over there saying, I've got to find my center. But yet, Willow, you are coming online. You are stressing people out. You are coming to your audience and saying, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. I got to have all this money for this trip, that it's not necessarily an emergency. It's something I want to do. I would like to go see my birth parent, my biological parent, but it's not an emergency. So you are coming to people saying, can you help me make this happen? And yet, of course, people in your audience, they're throwing up suggestions about how you can make it happen faster and easier, and it's much more reasonable and sensible. You don't want to hear it. All you want to do is run down a laundry list of things that other people have to get for you.
I'm going to explain this one more time, and this is for Love My Sooners. Love the name, love the team. To fly, I have to find a airline that can handle my wheelchair. I have to buy 2 tickets because of my weight. I have to pay for my one dog to fly with me, and I can't take my other dog because no airline will allow pit bulls. I'll get to your question in a minute, Patricia. I didn't see it till just now.
This is just an automatic thought in my head. Is there no one around Willow that they can take care of the dogs so the dogs aren't flying? I mean, flying can be very traumatic for animals. It can really stress them out. And Willow is not in a position to give much comfort. Like, she's got a whole lot of things that like they have to worry about. Like, they want to take 2 of the dogs and leave the cats behind. Why not leave all of the pets behind? That way, none of the pets are getting stressed out. Just, it would just make more sense to me. It does cost money to travel with your pets. And I would think it'd be cheaper to leave the pets at home and have someone come in and, like, say, walk the dogs, make sure they have clean, fresh water, take them outside so they can use the bathroom 2 or 3 times a day. Find someone that could come in and do all that. And they feel comfortable at home.
And then on top of that, no, I'm not taking my cats. Are you kidding? That's
just weird to me that you want to take your dogs, but not your cats. What's wrong with taking cats?
Easier to find somebody to watch the cats than it is the dogs. Wow, you're so original. So that's, yeah, if you see any usernames with that thing, Amy, or anybody saying that, just block them immediately. So no, it's not cheaper, is the ultimate truth. As for why I can't just FaceTime her, because I'm not going to make my mother via FaceTime.
But why not? Why not, Willow? If you are connecting for the first time with your birth mother, you don't know how that's going to go, how you are going to connect with that individual. It might go well, it may not go well. So there you are. You are planning a very elaborate trip to go see your biological mom. But she won't take 5 minutes to go on Zoom or Skype or something like that and do a FaceTime with your mom. If you did a FaceTime or a Skype call or a messenger call, then you could talk to your mom and connect with your mom. Isn't that the purpose of the trip? To connect with them? You're wanting $3,000+ to connect with this woman, but yet you won't get on a messenger service and connect for free? I mean, make it make sense. If you did a FaceTime with your mom, then you could see through that FaceTime if it's worth it to go see your biological mother, that there's going to be no problems in doing so. that the two of you are going to connect. And it would make sense to go through everything that you're going to have to go through to make that happen. I mean, I'm just going to tell you guys my feeling on all of this. Like, Willow is making excuses where people are coming up with suggestions about you could easily do a Zoom call or a messenger call and not have to leave. They are pushing things into the arena of, I do have to go, because they want that money. They want that GoFundMe money. So anything that means they won't get that money, they're not going to listen to.
Yes, we've talked on the phone, or not on the phone, on Messenger, but we haven't like actually met. And I would very much like to meet her before I lose her. And for that matter, if I do lose her, I want to be there for the funeral. No.
So from the comments that I just read, Willow, you have known about this woman for 3 years. So that means you've had 3 years to get yourself together, get yourself healthier, save up money to go see your birth mother, and you didn't do that. So 3 years ago, you came to know of her. 3 years later, you are not in a place where you can go see her on your own. You're relying on people to make that happen. So how much does this person mean to you really?
If I could get a loan, I would have already done that by now.
They don't want a loan. If a person takes out a loan companies, they want access to your bank account, or they're going to look at your credit. They're going to look at your credit score. If she is a bit of a spendthrift when it comes to her money, or their money, no loan company is going to sign on with Willow. And if they do, they're going to charge outrageous interest. Example, if Willow borrowed, say, $300, they're going to ask for over $1,000 back just with the interest tacked on. That's why that they are not taking out a loan, because it's much easier to get the money out of the people on TikTok than to find someone who will lend them the money via a loan. If you go to a loan company, you are obligated to pay that money back. With the people on TikTok, they are not obligated to pay those people back. You know, that money is interest free.
Please check your email and password. That. Starting a fundraiser. With my birth mom, I have a sister and a brother. With my adoptive family, I have 2 brothers and a sister.
And that's curious. From what I've read, Marissa, Willow, they have a sizable family. Why is it that none of the family members are helping them to fly to see this biological mother? The feeling that I keep getting from everything I'm reading on Willow is Willow has alienated herself away from every single person that gets around her, family, friends. At some point, they all just kind of like quietly walk away.
Right now, that's unimportant, Miley.
And I love this comment. This person says, "You seem so angry, but impatient when asking for handouts. Lighten up." Right? Isn't that an odd combination? Here is this person coming online and they're seeking handouts, but at the same time, they're angry and impatient about it. You would think someone who wants a handout would be the nicest and the most patient in the world, but not Willow. She's just the opposite. Her attitude is, why aren't you giving the money? Why are you not giving the money up right now? I've got things to do.
A text. You might want to read that. It might.
I don't have to justify myself to you.
And that's another narcissistic trick. A lot of them say that I don't have to justify myself to you. So people asking questions about why you need their money, why you absolutely have to have it when you actually don't. A narc will take that and again paint themselves the victim as if you are attacking them. They'll pull out the victimhood. I don't have to justify myself to you. It's about explaining the reasons why you need the money. You're asking for other people's money, Willow. They have a right to ask what it's being used for and why they should give it up. You don't like this, and don't ask for the money.
And I am very much allowed to be angry and frustrated and upset right now. Yes, Scott, if I were to get a job today, explain to me how I would get to my mom. I would not be able to take time off to go see her, and I'm not going to get a check for at least a month.
Yeah, but you knew about this woman 3 years ago. If you were very interested in seeing her, why didn't you see her 3 years ago? Why wait till she becomes very, very ill and something could happen to her?
I'm on disability, Jason. They, them. I'm putting in that 3,500 is what I need.
So, did y'all catch that? The amount she was looking to get from people is $3,500. Almost $4,000. That's a lot of money. And she's expecting people to give her that money within a small time frame.
And I think that might be expensive or be a lot, but I don't know. Thank you. Sorry, I have to find a photo of me.
And for the record, I watched different clips of Willow, how they are. What you're seeing right now is how they normally are. They will do a live and barely talk to the camera, barely look at the camera, even when they are asking for money, even when they're begging for money. They have the TV on glaringly loud. So they are online to raise money for a trip, but yet at the same time, not talking to their audience. Brilliant.
I mean, like, legit, you all are making stupid comments.
You are such a rude beach.
To all the ones saying that I seem upset. Yes, I'm upset.
Oh my God. Isn't that something? So I did the video today of Asweetmadness, and this person, Chrissy, just posted in the chat. There's a saying that goes, "Don't bleed on those who did not cut you." And I just posted a meme of that today. How crazy is that? Like, this is this what people tune in for Asweetmadness? Like, how is this interesting? Her personality sucks. She's not a nice person. She's just forever angry and demanding and begging. And what are people tuning in for? I got to tell y'all, researching new cows, there are so many cows on TikTok. And unfortunately, they all share some of the same characteristics. Every single one of them are beggars. They all beg. They've all got a sob story. But even worse, a great many of them are on heavy substances. And they not out during their lives. And that's something I'm trying to avoid, showing that kind of material. I'll be very happy to talk about a locale, whether it's on YouTube or TikTok, but I do not want to show people under the influence of a chemical, of which there's a lot of those on TikTok. I don't know why TikTok puts up with it. I'm not even joking. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Why TikTok doesn't shut that down is insane. But yeah, Little Miss Sunshine over here. Not nice to people. I don't know why people watch them.
Maybe you should stop giving advice.
And of course, there are people coming back at her. So Christy says, "Miss Thing, both my parents are no longer here, and I'm not taking out on the freaking world." Well, there's you, and then there's Willow. You, Chrissy, you're handling things in a mature way. You understand that losing parents are a painful thing, but taking it out on strangers is not the way to go. But there's Willow. Willow's way of thinking is, if she's got the camera on and you're in the audience, then you're fair game. And then more people in her audience really laying into her. This person, that Kowalski girl, says, "Wow, people are trying to help you. Show some respect." Respect from Willow? Good luck with that.
I've talked to her via Messenger and Facebook because they live in Georgia and I live in Oklahoma.
That's snotty attitude. Because they live in Georgia and I live in Oklahoma, as if the whole world is supposed to know that, Willow. And it's nobody else's problem anyway. You're taking a you problem and turning it into a everybody else's problem. And because you're turning it into everybody else's problem, they have a right to ask if they give money where it's going to go. And why? And is it necessary?
Being judged. It's raining. So what you see as being unappreciative is me being stressed out.
Well, you know what? If you feel stressed out, that's when you turn the camera off and you do whatever it is you need to do to calm down, and then you turn the camera back on. But you don't take the stress out on strangers.
You should do what's best for you, fat baby. I'm in Oklahoma City. Let me type this out and then I'll answer all sorts of questions.
It's like she's got a live going and she's not even paying attention to the people on live. She's busy typing something. I don't know what she's typing, but I'm going to take a guess. She's setting up the GoFundMe to get the money for the trip. Like, she's still ignoring people. Say something, for God's sake. I mean, I don't know what you're typing, but turn off the live if you're not going to pay attention to the people that you're talking to.
I know connections are available. So connect already. There we go. Yes, my health will be able to handle such a long drive. It's actually pretty much the path I take is pretty much a straight shot. Because I go from here through Arkansas. I can, if I have to, I can stop and stay with my brother, I think. I'm not having surgery. I can stop and stay with my brother in Arkansas. And then go from there to Nashville. Sorry, from there to Memphis, then up to Nashville. And then down from Nashville to Chattanooga and then into Atlanta. She was septic, and they found 2 more masses on her lungs. They have since realized that those masses are cancer. And I didn't see what Amy said. The link is now on my link tree.
See, that's what she was setting up. So she's got this live going. What she should have done was set up the GoFundMe or the link on the link tree before she got started so she can give her full attention to people. But while she's talking to people and being mean to them, she's setting up the GoFundMe. Or they are setting up the GoFundMe.
I seriously need to clean out my link tree. I don't have that answer for you. I'm guessing probably yes, she did smoke, but I cannot answer that. %100%. That's not what I wanted.
Okay, you know what? She's just too quiet and she's not doing much. She's just sitting there staring at her computer while there's a live going. I just want to cover part of this to further illustrate how much of a scammer this woman really is, or this person really is. So if you guys have enjoyed this react, if you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.